Hey everyone, it's Ben from the Ben Scented. Today, I'm super thrilled to share my thoughts on the incredible Amouage Essences line. Stick around to see everything about Outlands, Lustre, and Reasons. Hey everyone, I received a full bottle of Outlands and travel sprays of Lustre and Reasons, and I can't wait to dive into these masterpieces. Before we begin, I want to mention what a pleasure it was to meet with Renaud Salmon, Amouage's Chief Creative Director in New York. His passion and vision for the brand are truly inspiring. Now let's get into these extraordinary creations. So this is the box that I received. It's the press set. This one came with a full-size Outlands and 2 travel sprays of Lustre and Reasons. So this is the full bottle of Outlands. And these are the bottles as I received them. Outlands, the full bottle, Reasons, and Lustre. Okay, let's start with Outlands. Created by a legendary CECILE ZAROKIAN, Outlands is a bold reimagination of the classic oud rose combination, but it pushes the boundaries of tradition with a futuristic twist. It is my understanding that part of the brief in creating Amouage's Outlands was to create a fragrance that is patchouli heavy. So Outlands opens, actually, let's spray this. Absolutely incredible, guys. Okay, I'm gonna try to contain myself. This is just too good. Now I can tell you, you can smell the bergamot, elemi, and the frankincense straight from the get-go. The heart notes listed are patchouli, rose, orange blossom, cumin, geranium, wormwood, saffron, anise, and coriander. Now what I can tell you is you can definitely make out the orange blossom and some cumin. Saffron is definitely there. Whoever smelled anise before, it's a very fresh kind of minty note, but very unique. The base notes listed are benzoin, labdanum, amber, ambergris, frankincense, opoponax, maltol, vanilla, birch, musk, and oud. Now I can tell you, you can smell the musk, it's utterly clean. It is a oud heavy fragrance, but the oud is so perfectly mixed into it that it doesn't come across too animalic. You do smell the vanilla, and having frankincense again in the base note just reinforces how frankincense heavy this is. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful fragrance, very rich, but light and fresh at the same time. It's really hard to describe because this is truly a masterpiece. Whoever knows me, I'm a big CECILE ZAROKIAN fan. You know, a lot of fragrances she's done I have, you know, including Amouage's material. Obviously, having CECILE ZAROKIAN do an amber heavy fragrance is only gonna be masterful. But this is a true masterpiece. So what I can say is there has been a frenzy about Outlands, and I can see why. So when I received Amouage's press set with a full bottle of Outlands, I was super happy. This is truly a masterpiece. It's hard to put into words the amazing and unique combination that these notes give. You know, I can sit here and explain all the notes, top notes, heart notes, base notes, but the truth is that the combination of them are just so unique. This truly is a masterpiece. I would actually go as far as to say that the same way INTERLUDE put Amouage on the global map, this will be a fragrance that will be remembered for Amouage. This is really taking the brand to a next level. It's absolutely incredible. One of a kind. If you can get your nose onto this, it's amazing. So CECILE, what you did here is out of this world. And I do want to take a second to just talk about the bottle. So this is the only full bottle I have, so I'm just going to do it right here. The bottle is gorgeous. I mean, look at this, the details. It's sleek, but it's so elegant. These details right here, I mean, looks like a beautiful collector's coin. And if you see, it says Oman, and it does mention 2024. So I'm curious to see if the next batch in 2025 will say differently, or whether we will continue 2024 because that's when it was created. We'll see what happens, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Definitely a collector's piece. And in all fairness, this is a one-of-a-kind fragrance. You will definitely not smell like anybody else wearing this. One more thing that makes the Essences line so special is Its 6-month aging process, including double infusion with sandalwood chips and oakwood barrels. I mean, the meticulous technique is incredible. It really enhances the depth and character of the fragrances, adding layers of complexity and longevity. Moreover, since we're at the bottle, they are all refillable. So it didn't look that way, you know, I tried it twice, but they are refillable. I don't recommend you open it just because if it doesn't close properly, don't hold me accountable for it. But I believe that in the future, you can just take them back to a boutique and say, you know, fill it up. Outlands is absolutely stunning. It takes the classic oud rose profile and brings it into the future. It's an absolute masterpiece and one of my favorite creations from Amouage already. Subscribe and follow me. I'm gonna do a ranking of all my Amouage fragrances. I think I'm at 25 fragrances now. And this one is definitely gonna be top 3. We'll see how that goes. I gotta sniff them again to see what place it'll take, but Amouage Outlands, an absolute masterpiece. Next one up, we have Lustre. They come in these beautiful travel atomizers. It looks like it's enveloped in some sort of leather or vegan leather. It says Amouage right here. It's got the Amouage logo up top. You know, as I showed you, it's got the name at the bottom. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure this is refillable, but you know, for purposes of testing these out and just reviewing them, this is absolutely gorgeous. Many brands can learn from this presentation. So this one right here, Lustre, let me spray it on a tester. Also the atomizers of these travel sprays, I mean, it's not bad at all. Lustre was created by Julien Rasquinet and Paul Guerlain. It's a luminous fragrance that opens with a vibrant spark of cardamom, softened by powdery elegance of orris. The heart reveals rich sandalwood, leading to a base of detectable vanilla, benzoin myrrh, and amber rome. Amber rome is a standout note here. A unique combination of animalic, musk, and amber tones. Honestly, it adds just a hint of animalic depth, creating complexity and intrigue without overpowering the fragrance. There's a perfect balance here between softness and raw intensity, which keeps Lustre so refined, yet captivating. As a side note, what's fascinating is that Julien Rasquinet and Paul Guerlain collaborated earlier this year on Dries Van Noten's Chamomile Satin. While Chamomile Satin has its charm, Lustre has truly captured my heart. Lustre is definitely the favorite of the two. I felt that Chamomile Satin just didn't work with my skin. Unfortunately, I really wanted to love it. This being the second collaboration of the two showcases how these former colleagues have now emerged as an exceptional team. Their creative synergy shines in Lustre, blending boldness and elegance in a way that feels absolutely effortless. Now, while smelling Lustre, it's clear that Julien Rasquinet has built on his success with The Moon by Frédéric Malle. This is just another absolutely stunning masterpiece, creating yet another masterpiece with Lustre. I have to be honest, I'm not sure if The Moon is better than Lustre because this is just next level, but his expertise in balancing complexity and elegance shines through in this composition, making it an unashamedly poetic olfactive experience. Lustre is ideal for those who appreciate refined sophistication with a touch of the unexpected. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe so you can get more of my content. Thank you. Lastly, but definitely not least, we have Reasons, created by legendary Bertrand DUCHAUFOUR. Reasons is an evocative fragrance that captures the beauty of contrast. It's warm yet fresh, sweet yet smoky. It's perfect for someone who loves dynamic and evolving scent. Reasons opens with a comforting warmth of hazelnut, cardamom, pink pepper, and cinnamon. At the heart, it introduces a complex blend of Devana, patchouli, pine, cashmeran, white amber, and cypriol, adding depth and complexity. The base is grounded with notes of benzoin, labdanum, sandalwood, cedarwood, vetiver, myrrh, oak moss, white musk, and palo santo, creating a resonant earthiness that lingers beautifully. What I love most about Reasons is how it transitions on the skin. It starts off unassuming and comforting, but as it develops, it becomes increasingly grand, introducing layers of depth and complexity. It's one of those fragrances that makes you feel both confident and introspective at the same time. Bertrand DUCHAUFOUR has really created a masterpiece here, proving yet again why he's one of the most talented perfumers in the industry. Outlands, Lustre, and Reason. Each brings something unique to the table, showcasing the unparalleled artistry. I will say one thing here though. There has been a lot of hype for Outlands, which I completely understand. I honestly think it's one of the standout fragrances that will take Amouage to the next level. This one will be around hopefully forever. Again, I don't know how complex it was to create it. It sounds very artistic, and I'm not sure that it can be sustainable for the longest run. But again, Amouage has surprised us with, you know, upkeeping their standard and revolutionizing it so many times. I'll give you one example of the mastery of Amouage, especially under Renault. When I met with Renault, one of the things he mentioned was how Amouage is trying to listen to the consumer and step up their game. One example he gave was Reflection for Men. It is my understanding that in the last few years, Reflection for Men has gotten some criticism due to its lack of longevity. Again, when we say lack of longevity, it's a really long-lasting fragrance, but for Amouage's standard, it just wasn't there anymore, allegedly. So Renault went back and amped up the perfume concentration from 19 to 25%. So this change was never publicly advertised, but it is my understanding that less complaints came in for the longevity, which means that he solved the problem without advertising it, without amping up the price, really just listening to the consumer and making a change for the better. So it would not surprise me if Amouage would be able to keep the mastery behind these three essences for the long run. Amouage really has an amazing team behind the scenes in Oman. All in all, Outlands has been super hyped, but I truly believe that I cannot say which one is better out of the three. I could not say Outlands is better than Lustre and Reasons. The truth is, they're all standout fragrances in their own way. What Amouage and Renault have done here is take a scientific approach to the artistry behind perfumery. And these beautiful fragrances, these beautiful perfumes, these beautiful essences are the outcome of this. I absolutely adore Outlands, and I went into the review knowing that Outlands is my top favorite. But the truth is that once I started wearing Lustre and Reasons, and yes, every time I review a fragrance, I wear the fragrance for at least 2 days to see where it's at. So I wore Outlands 2 days, I wore Lustre 2 days, and I wore Reasons 2 days. Consecutively, sometimes I wear them separately. Sometimes, you know, I have one on one hand, one on the other to compare. But I have to say, when I wore them separately, I realized that they're so amazing in their own way. Outlands, absolutely a stunner, no questions asked. But Lustre and Reasons are so amazing in their way. The idea of having such a smooth and beautiful fragrance as Lustre, and then add that animalic note just to kind of bring contrast into it. Or Reasons, which really takes a classic French perfumery and gives it the oriental twist where to a certain extent notes contradict themselves. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's true mastery, it's artistry at its finest. The one note I want to end on is that yes, Outlands is absolutely amazing, definitely full bottle worthy, but, and I'll reach back out to Amouage, I do want a full bottle of both Lustre and Reasons. They're too amazing not to have. There are such standout fragrances that complete the line. As I mentioned several times, Amouage is my favorite fragrance house, so obviously I would want to have a complete collection. I could see myself wear all three, Outlands, Lustre, and Reason, without them being redundant. So they're really great. Some of the reviews I've seen take this and say, this one's the best out of the three, or this one's the most versatile, or this one goes with this. I just don't think that's the right approach. The Essences line is Amouage's revolutionary creation, but it is a complete line of 3 fragrances for now. And all 3 have their place and time. So if you want to choose one of them, I can tell you, get your nose on them and get it. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them, but I really do believe that it is up to you and the occasions you want to wear them to decide which one it is, if you have to decide. If you can get all 3, I would definitely get all 3. This was my review of the Essences line by Amouage. Stay tuned for more in-depth reviews. I'll also continue diving deeper into these, and I'll share more about my interaction with Renault Salmon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. And as always, stay scented.